Have you ever wanted to speak English, but suddenly your brain says, wait, what if I make a mistake? You know the words. You understand the sentence. You even know exactly what you want to say. But when it's time to speak, nothing comes out. Your brain suddenly becomes completely empty. If this happens to you, don't worry. You are not bad at English. You are simply afraid of making mistakes, and today we are going to fix that. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to day 6 of our 7-day Speaking English Challenge. I'm Tom, and today we are talking about something that stops thousands of English learners from speaking confidently. Fear, not grammar, not vocabulary, not pronunciation. Fear. The fear of saying something wrong, the fear of being laughed at, and the fear of what other people might think. But here's the truth. If you wait until your English is perfect before you start speaking, you may wait forever. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine Tom is sitting in a coffee shop. The person next to him starts speaking English. Tom understands everything. He knows what he wants to say, but he starts thinking, what if my grammar is wrong? What if my pronunciation sounds strange? What if they laugh at me? After thinking for 10 seconds, the conversation is already over. Tom says nothing, and that is the real problem. Tom didn't lose because his English was bad. He lost because he never opened his mouth. Now imagine the same situation again. Tom takes a breath and says, "Hey, how's your day going?" The other person answers, "Pretty good. How about you?" Tom says, "I'm good. I just came here to get some coffee." That's it. Simple English. No complicated vocabulary. No perfect grammar. No fancy expressions. But Tom is speaking, and that is progress. Sue Heimsen, you need to understand one important thing. Speaking English is a skill, not an exam. When you speak, your goal is not to create the most perfect sentence in the world. Your goal is to communicate your idea. If the other person understands you, you have already succeeded. Think about children learning their first language. A child doesn't wait until they understand grammar rules. You need to understand one important thing. Speaking English is a skill, not an exam. When you speak, your goal is not to create the most perfect sentence in the world. Your goal is to communicate your idea. If the other person understands you, you have already succeeded. Think about children learning their first language. A child doesn't wait until they understand grammar rules. They don't open a grammar book and study 12 tenses before saying their first sentence. They listen, they try, they make mistakes, and they try again. That is exactly how you should learn to speak English. So, from today, stop saying, "My English is not good enough." Instead, say, "My English is improving, and I'm going to practice." That small change in your mindset can completely change the way you speak. And here's your first challenge. Today, speak English for 1 minute without stopping. Choose any simple topic. Talk about your morning, your work, your family, your favorite food, or what you did yesterday. Don't worry about grammar. Don't stop every 5 seconds to translate. Just keep talking. If you forget a word, explain it another way. If you make a mistake, keep going. If your sentence sounds funny, smile and continue. Remember, mistakes are not proof that you are bad at English. Mistakes are proof that you are practicing. And here's something I want you to remember. You don't become confident and then start speaking. You start speaking, and confidence comes later. So take a deep breath. Open your mouth. Say the sentence. Make the mistake. Learn from it. And say it again. Because the biggest mistake you can make in English is staying silent. We're going to practice situations that you can use in your everyday life. Let's start with the easiest one. Ordering food or coffee. Imagine you walk into a cafe and the person behind the counter asks, "What would you like?" Instead of becoming nervous and looking at the menu for 10 minutes, simply say, "I'd like a coffee, please." If you want to be more specific, say, "I'd like a large coffee with milk, please." That's natural English. You don't need a complicated sentence like, "I would be extremely grateful if you could possibly provide me with." Relax. You're ordering coffee, not giving a speech at the United Nations. Now let's try another situation. Imagine you meet someone for the first time. They say, "Hi, nice to meet you." What do you say? You can simply say, "Nice to meet you too. How are you?" Then ask a simple question. "Where are you from?" Or "What do you do?" That's enough to start a conversation. Here's the important part. Don't try to control every sentence in your head before you speak. Many learners translate everything from their native language into English first. They create the sentence, check the grammar, check the vocabulary, check the pronunciation, and by the time they are ready to speak, the conversation has already moved to another planet. Instead, learn small English phrases that you can use automatically. For example, "I think so." "I'm not sure." "Give me a second." "What do you mean?" "Could you repeat that? That sounds interesting." "Really? What about you?" These phrases are powerful because they help you keep the conversation moving. And here is another secret. You don't need to understand every single word. Imagine someone is speaking quickly and you miss something. Don't panic. Just say, "Sorry, could you say that again?" Or, "Could you speak a little slower, please?" That is completely normal. Even native speakers ask people to repeat themselves. Now let's talk about mistakes. Imagine you say, "Yesterday I go to the market." Someone corrects you. "Yesterday I went to the market." What should you do? Don't feel embarrassed. Just say, "Oh yes, yesterday I went to the market," and continue the conversation. That mistake just taught you something. Next time, you are more likely to remember it. You should also practice speaking alone. Yes, alone. Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you are doing. "I'm making breakfast." "I'm getting ready for work." "I need to charge my phone." "I'm going to the store." It may feel strange at first, but your brain is learning to produce English without waiting for another person. And here is your Day 6 challenge. Record yourself speaking English for 2 minutes. Choose one topic and speak without stopping. Don't delete the recording because you made a mistake. Don't record it 20 times until it sounds perfect. Record the first version and listen to it. Notice one thing you did well and one thing you can improve. Then do it again tomorrow. Remember, confidence doesn't come from knowing every English word. Confidence comes from knowing that even when you make a mistake, you can continue. You don't need perfect English to speak English. You need courage to start. So today, make a promise to yourself. I will not wait for perfect English. I will speak with the English I have today, because every time you speak, you become a little better. Every mistake makes you stronger, and every conversation makes you more confident. This is Day 6. You are not learning to speak English perfectly. You are learning to speak English without fear. Keep practicing. Keep speaking. And most importantly, don't stay silent. I'll see you tomorrow for Day 7, where we put everything together and take your English speaking practice to the next level. Smon. See you tomorrow. Kwanden 4.